place where asking why is not only a necessity,
but it's encouraged. How you guys doing? We're your hosts, Busy One Alex Narrative.
Lionel Ray. Thank you for tuning in. Today's episode, we're actually going to be talking about the importance of taking a negative and turning it into a positive.
With respect to yourself and your situations, and your loved ones, other people.
So buckle up, get ready for a ride, and let's start the conversation. Welcome in, and hopefully you guys are ready to have a nice conversation, an in-depth conversation. I think about something that a lot of us always deal with. A lot of people actually deal with on a day-to-day basis, and something that we've actually had to deal with this week,
A couple times,
right before filming this episode, and it's dealing with negative people. We're dealing with people that you feel negatively about, or dealing with issues or situations that
differences with
put you in that negative field. Someone you have that difference, like
throw your energy off.
Yeah, definitely throws your energy off. Put you in a different place altogether.
Trying to use that energy and actually like turn it into a positive thing instead of letting their negative energy bring you down. Yeah, you have to
keep your energy up as much as you can. It's a hard thing to do. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially when it's like someone you kind of despise or someone that really, really rubs you the wrong way.
Yeah, no, it's true. And sometimes with that, your job or people you may love, might be influenced by the way you handle that person.
Yeah.
Or situation. I know myself, I definitely, thought I had a lot of control over my own energy and other people's energy in situations, and I feel like sometimes there's a time to step in and a time to just let people do their thing.
The one thing you got to think about too is a lot of times when you get into these situations, it's not as if like you're just sitting with that person talking to that person, or something comes up that you don't like, and it's something that regularly happens. It's usually like there's alcohol involved, or you're at work and you're stressed out and you're having a bad day and you're getting swamped, and then the situation happens right at that moment, or the person decides to come up right in that
one
moment.
person. You love your job, but that one person you can't stand comes around, and it just...
And I'm gonna say something that I think a lot of people are gonna disagree with, and some people may not like. I don't even think that in those situations the problem isn't them. The problem is you.
Yeah.
It's you. You, especially if you haven't told this person. A lot of times, and sometimes you have. You tell someone, "I don't like you," but it's sometimes if you take that step further and say why you don't like someone, or give someone a reason, like, hey, this is what's going on in your life. This is what you're doing that I just don't like. I can't stand. Out of respect, because I'm an adult. But even if you're not, an adult, for children, it's a good way to solve problems, to be able to go up to someone and say, look, I don't like this. Because that's not the 100% of a person.
No.
That's not everything they stand for.
No, not at all. It's that piece that irks you, that bothers you, but you gotta learn how to check your own emotions with it and your own mindset. I mean, we talk a lot about mindset here. It's just, sometimes you gotta be able to check into your own mindset and say, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? And how can I fix it? How can I change it?
Yeah, the mind is very powerful, and a lot of people, especially when they're in these negative spaces, they use their emotions as they let their emotions drive them, versus using their emotions
have control too. Sometimes that's in a situation you have 8-10 different people around, and everybody's got their own emotions, their own feelings going, and positive or negative energy, and it's really trying to control that so that it doesn't rub off on you, I guess.
Yeah, because energy is contagious. Energy is very contagious, and if you allow the wrong type of energy to be, to suck the positive energy out of you, then it's going to take you over, and all you're left with is that moment, or that the energy left over.
That negative energy,
From that, it just takes over, and it runs, and it's hard to say really like, oh well, this is one thing can fix everything, because it really can't. Because sometimes there are some people out there, some people I work with, at my day job, some people that I'm family with and friends with for a long time, and they just, no matter what they do and say, they always just seem to get on my nerves.
Yeah. And that'll be everywhere. Like, no matter who you are, like I said, you can love the relationship you have with somebody, but that one person that comes around with that person you can't stand, or you might love your job, but there's one person that
if they work in the day.
I could have a bad day.
I felt like that about
why would you let that make you have a bad day?
I felt that way about a girl we used to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm in control of myself, I chose to try to look at her in a different light.
Yeah.
I still don't like her, but I respect her more.
Yeah.
And I kind of am now curious about certain things.
Yeah.
Because she's not ugly, she is smart, and she just has some attitude traits that I don't like.
Yeah.
But that's just me personally, and that's not her. It's not her fault that I don't agree with her personality.
Absolutely, 100%. I understand what you mean.
That's she didn't ask for me to look at her the way I did. She may have done some things that have aided to that.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's not her fault, and I shouldn't treat her differently or treat her wrong because of that. Especially if I've never said, "Look,
never took her aside."
I think this about you. I think this about you, and whether or not it's true, or whether or not it's because you feel a certain way about me that I don't understand. If you never stop to think and talk, if you never stop to have a conversation,
make that negative and turn it into a positive.
It's always going to be negative.
Yeah, always.
And it's your fault if you don't find out why.
Because it's there. That person might not know it's there. But if you know it's there, then why can't you try and fix it?
See, and that's not the same as telling someone I don't like you.
No, not at all. Not at all.
The difference of saying, look, this is the situation that's happening, and these are some triggers that are making me feel this way.
Yeah.
What can we do about this? Is this something that will never change? Is this something that we can change? I'm coming to you positively, and I'm coming to you respectfully to say, look, I'm looking at this situation as it is, and this is how it's making me feel overall.
Yeah.
Now, if that is, what
they might not feel that way.
They may not feel that way.
No, be like, whoa, is that really how you feel?
And if that's their intent, then you know.
Yeah.
And then you have even more power, because now you can ignore them and really keep their energy from affecting you. Yeah, because you can be like, all right, cool, stay away from me, I'll stay away from you. You do you, I do me.
And then you can actually own that situation so much more because they're in a bad mood, or they're in a bad. As a better person, you can ask them, "Hey, you're alright. You seem like you've been a little bit out of it lately. You've been a little bit down and out. Like, is everything okay? Anything we can talk about? I know that we've had our differences.
Yeah.
But then, as a bigger person, you can say, hey, I see you've been a little bit bummed lately. Anything you want to talk about by any chance? Like, just to help you out.
You never know.
You're a bigger person right there.
You never know what kind of ally that person can be later on.
Very
where
true.
Life takes people and changes them. Because something that's so minute about someone, or something that's so immature about someone, can mature over time.
Yeah.
And make them seem like a whole new person, and they're the same person they were before. They just have less baggage.
And I like that. I think what you were saying in a lot of ways that we were talking about before was making an enemy an ally, and how that can really have an impact on your life or your situation or your job or your relationship. Really, it's some of my best friends I've had falling outs with, as far as before we became really good friends. And now it's like, oh man, this person's actually really a real person.
Because you've been through that roller coaster of life.
Yeah. So, and I respect that.
Yeah, I've learned to play chess with people. It may sound a little self-serving, or make me sound a little arrogant, but I do. Mm-hmm. I literally just watch people and let people be themselves and give them room to trust me. Not that they shouldn't trust me, but for me, I want to learn what makes a person tick. Their little quirks, so that, especially if it's someone that I don't like, I know how to maneuver around
it. Yeah. I like that. Well, life is a game, for sure. It definitely is, no matter what. So
there's a huge portion.
I don't think it makes you look that way at all. I feel like it actually makes you more in tune with what's going on in your situations, at least you already know that people get on your nerves.
Yeah.
Certain people do this, certain people do that. You're not just blind to it, blind to the fact that, if they piss me off, why? No, because you think a lot,
Yeah, and the detrimental part to that, especially if you have something that's so negative to your life, it will fester. Even if, you have all, and that's the worst thing about, like a sibling's boyfriend or girlfriend or ex-husband, ex-wife that you have kids with,
ex-manager,
a manager, anything that moved into,
used to work with,
and they're still around somehow.
Yeah.
Those issues will compound on top of newer, smaller issues that probably mean nothing. But because the original issue never got settled,
making a mountain out of a molehill.
It goes out. And now, because you haven't found even the smallest amount of positivity to change the course of that situation or that relationship, now it will fester, and bad things can happen, like, getting in fights and being arrested for things, or pushing family members away.
And that's a big thing too. I feel like when you start pushing people away because of a situation, or an issue you might have with somebody else, and it pushes a group of friends away because you can't be around one person in the group or something like that. I feel like it's very selfish and childish as well.
Here's the thing that I've noticed in that, right? None of us, especially when family's involved, none of us want to see a family member or a close friend make a bad choice. If we see it as a bad choice. The other thing that we don't see is a lot of times we don't see the people we care about for who they are. You know it. You can tell somebody, you can tell them, but then when it comes to what they're doing, because you want to see them doing so much more, you only want to pay attention to the positive, that you sometimes forget that sometimes they're just as shitty.
Yeah.
There's a shitty side to all of us. I've got a shitty side.
I know, I do.
Everybody has, and sometimes it takes alcohol to bring that out. Some people just shitty all day, every day, no matter what. That's part of their personality for whatever reason or choice. Yeah. And you have to understand that, especially with women, I've learned that women attract things that fit the mold they see themselves in. Jobs, boyfriends, wherever they see themselves at that moment, they surround themselves with things that make them comfortable in that skin.
There's a lot of guys out there that are just like women,
they are the same way. They want to be comfortable.
Yeah, and they're more worried about other people's thoughts and what.
They're
not okay with just being themselves and being, having their, like we're saying, having their own energy, being their own positive person.
Have your energy.
Yeah, do what you want to do and be that right kind of person for yourself, and don't really worry about the status quo. What everybody thinks you should do or where you should be at.
And that's the problem, because it's a true saying, but people take it the wrong way. Where you are who your friends are, or
the circle you surround yourself. I agree.
The circle you surround yourself. And the thing is, instead of surrounding yourself with people who can help you get to where you ultimately want to be, or to get to a different standing in life, a lot of times we hang out in circles that make us feel comfortable.
Instead of trying to challenge ourselves or
because no one's going to question you. Like, if you want to drink all day, you hang out with a bunch of drinkers. Because if you hang out with other people, they're going to ask you, why are you drinking right now? It's only 12 o'clock.
And it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
All the time. And if everyone around you isn't okay with that, then it makes you feel pressured. Why are you questioning me? Well, because they're seeing something different. And you should have, I think you should have, in every group, you should have a really good friend that is the drinker, a really good friend that's the smart one, a really good friend that's the money maker,
the witty one.
You have as many friends that do different types of life, but at different levels.
Exactly.
I know a guy who does nothing but drinking, and he has a fucking 9-to-5 job, and he doesn't do much of anything. I also know a guy who has his own company and makes, I don't even know how much money, and all he does is drink all day. The drinking is very different. One's buying tables and buying cases of beer and throwing parties at his house, and the other one is spending all the money that he just made at a local bar. They're both the same person. The only difference is he saw his negatives and made them a staple of his life. So he's still at a dead-end job,
not doing anything,
and not doing much, and spending most of his checks. The other one said, "Yo, I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do, and I wanted to drink as much as I want to and party as much as I want to. So,
but I wanted to make it my own thing.
I found a way.
Both functioning alcoholics.
Both functioning alcoholics, but one functioned at a higher rate. Like, look, I wasn't going to be sitting at the corner bar anymore. No. I wanted to do whatever I wanted to, so I found a way to get there and still be
almost like he took the fact that he wanted to be an alcoholic and he was like, well, then I'm going to throw parties and I'm going to make money off it doing that. Took a positive or a negative, made it a positive. I'm not gonna say I always, drinking's always negative, but yeah, it's pretty bad thing. But I'm drinking right now, you know what I mean? Like, it's like this could be illegal and weed could be legal, but I mean, come on. Yeah, oh yeah.
But with people, with friends, I find that especially with friends and family, I find that sometimes it's harder to tell yourself the truth.
Oh yeah.
That you look at a person and you want the best for them. But is the best that you want for them or the best that they want for themselves?
Yeah, very true.
I will never understand why someone can settle for less. But that may not be their less, and it's not my duty, and it's not my place to tell them what they want for them.
You're so much better than this. You're so much better than that. Well, in that point in time in their lives, they might not feel that, or they might not believe that at all.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do believe in the right way, it is our job if we let them to say something to them.
Give them your opinion.
Yeah.
But opinion through support.
Never thought about it the way.
Opinion through support.
I like it.
I can give you my opinion. I don't like this. I can even tell the person or the issue or whatever it may be, whether it's a relationship or not. I don't like this. And I don't like you. You can make it sound, but as soon as you act to put any negative energy towards the opposite of what the person wants or the situation wants,
like a negative reaction towards something,
it makes it negative.
Yeah.
You think it's positive. Oh, I'm trying to help you. You're not. Like even at work, if you have a manager who may be stupid, you may have a manager
do their job better than
remedial,
them, and they can't even do your job.
And they ask you to do something, and you know that this way is better. Do it their way first. Do it their way.
Prove them wrong, and
then prove them wrong later. Hey, I did it your way this way, and then I also did this. What? Yeah, I went and I did this, and this is how this came out. This is how your way came out. I took the extra time to show you this.
To do both.
What would you like? Yeah. Oh, wow. It shows initiative, it shows respect, it shows loyalty, all those things. And you can add that to any relationship. Instead of putting out, you can put little things and say, here, this is what I found out. This is the proof that you can do better, and that what you have is not good enough for you.
And took that extra time to actually, do both of them. What you wanted me to do, LB, and what I wanted to do, and show you them both. Now, anytime you come to me, I'm gonna be like, damn, LB actually did take the time. I know he's a hardworking dude. I know he put in his brain power, his physical power, everything he had to do this one little thing. And if he says, hey, what if we do it this way? It might change the outcome. It might be a better outcome. I'm gonna actually sit back and be like, you know what?
Okay, try it.
You're right. Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what happens.
Let's do it. Taking that negative energy or that negative situation that you had in the past and making it a positive situation, a positive energy.
And that's the same thing.
It's not that hard. I don't think it's as hard.
Because if not,
as people think it is.
See, because the thing is, you may be wrong. Your personal feelings may be wrong.
Yeah.
And what happens when you're wrong about a situation or a person or whatever it may be, because you don't find a way to make a positive impact initially, when you make a negative impact initially, and you don't try to curve that negative feeling and make a positive out of it, what's going to happen is, if you are wrong, or if you just flat out don't even care about the other person and what they want, whether it's work or personal, you're going to 100% every time get lashed back. Because, for one, if you're wrong, now you did it your way. You had your opinion and didn't care about mine when this is, and
that's when you start pushing people
then
away.
It was wrong. So now I don't trust you.
Absolutely,
So now because, now when you have that job, they're not going to listen to anything you say. And then when you're like, I want a promotion. Why should I give you a promotion?
Anything I say. All you do is what you want to do all the time.
You do what you want. And then in relationships, it's the same thing.
Pushing people away.
Anytime I bring anything to you, you're always telling me that this isn't good enough, this doesn't work for me, this doesn't work for you. Who cares? You don't have to date this person. And that's hard. That's hard for me too. That's hard for me too, because I see my friends and I look at them sometimes and I'm like, I look at girls that I like and I see some of the guys they talk to and it makes me laugh after I get mad first. Oh, I'm pissed. There's been several girls that I'm like, hey, you're cute and you should be with someone like me. And then I find out they're dating somebody who's just like, ain't worth nothing. And I'm just like, you want to date a dude that drives trolleys around Scottsdale when you can have a guy that has his own business?
Really though, but yeah, I know, and that's part of it too though. It's like, that's going back to what you just said. And actually, you putting yourself in that situation because you might not know what that person wants.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's the other thing. He might be the person you're with may have a whole other list of things that he's doing.
You don't even know because you see it as a candy shell on the outside. You know what I mean? You don't need anything on the inside. So, and that's a lot of times. I guess going into this whole situation right now with that is, you know, I might not see what that person means to you when we're not around you guys, or what you guys talk, or the comfortability that you might have.
What you talk about, if that person listens
you guys
to
might have a deeper like connection, like whatever, spiritually or mentally. You know, might not. Nothing is always a physical thing. Yeah, absolutely. I hope so too.
I hope when you're at work, I hope what you're trying to do is do something, and sometimes you have to take yourself out of it first and look at the whole situation.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you don't have all the facts, you don't have the situation. It sucks, but it's the reality, and I think that's the key of turning a negative into a positive. No matter what it is, you know, sometimes you have to take your emotions out of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Look at the entire situation and do some digging.
Yeah.
Get as much information about it as possible, so that you can say, okay, I have
knowledge,
all the information that I need to make a proper decision.
Yeah.
I still don't like you. I still don't like the situation, but I see that it works for where we're at. You know, you may not like the way I do something at work, but if it what works for our customers and all these other things, and when you factor everything else, is it the hard way? It may be the hard way. And until we find the perfect, easy way to do it, the hard way gets it done perfectly for what we need to get through. And if it makes the bottom line where where it needs to be, you should always make sure that everyone's on the same page and starts there. And once everyone's there, if someone can say, hey, let's try this, then you can try things. But if you just come at stuff saying, let's do this different, how are you going to do it different when you don't know the way it works or why it works? And I think that goes with everything. No matter what situation you're in, it's going to add value to every opinion you have coming after that, because you know the entire situation. And you can take whatever that is, whatever part of it. Say it's, you know, we make guacamole. We're making guacamole at the bar. We make a lot of guacamole, too much guacamole.
Lots of guacamole. Lots. I like it. But I understand what you're saying. There's a process to doing things that you're going to say. Like, what's the recipe? What's the process? Why is that guacamole so damn good? What's the extra little thing that person does? I put cottage cheese in my guacamole.
Yeah. I said, you know, what's our recipe? This is our recipe. How do you make it? Okay, cool. Let me taste it. What needs more of this? Or how do you do this so that it'll be the best way every single time, no matter who makes it?
I like that we're having positive and negative energy conversation. We brought guacamole into it. I'm getting hungry, to be honest.
I want some guacamole, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, definitely smash a bowl of guacamole and chips and salsa right now.
Chips and salsa.
Yeah, definitely. But that is
why. Yeah, I really do. I don't know why.
Absolutely.
I think it's a drink.
Yeah, because it's a little something.
I need another.
But yeah, I mean, let's keep on this conversation and actually like wrap it up at the same time and see why do you think it's important to be in control of your own energy and use a negative person or situation's energy to make a positive situation out of it? I mean, it kind of almost in a weird way he's saying it sounds like a dumb question, but I feel like after our conversation, we all understand what we're trying to say.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It is. It's, you know, I think a lot of times, especially when you don't want to be affected by something negative, you push it away, which doesn't push away the energy. You still take the energy, because as soon as it comes around, they go, no, and then boom, you're already moving in a negative way. Instead of saying, yes, come here, let me transform that. and attacking that with a positive mindset of saying like, okay, cool, why is this way? So that I can never have this happen again. Because I think that's the dumbest thing. It's so important to take a negative and turn it into a positive so that it continues to be positive.
Yeah.
Because every time you just go, nah, nope, what happens? It keeps coming back. That same energy is going to be there every time, because then that person, even if they don't know why or they don't feel the negative energy, when they come up, they're going to have angst. They're going to have the way they feel. They're going to be like, why? Every time I come around, like there's always even
some hostility or some kind of negative feeling. You can feel that energy, that vibe, and then now you're
makes you fake.
That person.
Makes you fake because you do that whole like, hey, what up thing, and oh, what you been? So let me try to be nice. Yeah.
No, and it doesn't work, and you can feel it right off the bat.
You can feel
that's the way it is.
No, you're fake.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So no, I mean like the whole negative energy and figuring out what it is that you don't like about that person or that situation, that job, or whatever it may be, figuring that out and coming to grips with it and actually having that conversation with that person or with just yourself. And like you said earlier, they might not know why you don't like them or whatever, but at least if you bring it out there, at least you know you did a little bit of your part to say, hey, I don't like this about you, and they might not have known it.
They might not have known it.
You gotta check your mindset and your energy by yourself. You have to be in control of it.
Yeah,
you have to.
You have to.
You have to. If you see somebody that always comes around, you don't like them, find out why.
It's only going to get worse.
Fix it. Yeah, just step up and just fix it.
Just fix it. And if you can't fix it, at least you know to ignore the energy and hey, I don't like you because I don't like you. Oh, well, I don't like you because I thought you were mean. And I figured out that you're mean because you don't like me. So, is there anything we can do about this?
Why do you not like me too, though?
Okay, cool.
Do you even know why you don't like me?
Yeah, and if you don't, or if that person, if you can't fix that problem, then you know, without a doubt, okay, so whenever this comes around, I have this, and I have to stop it right there. So now, instead of something or someone coming around and not knowing the full story, you at least know, put my gate up, so that you don't affect my
not come because there's something like that. It's called like I don't know if it's two different kinds of people or anything like that, but I know that there's something imps, like empathetic people really do let other people's energy like naturally run off on
it affects
really badly, and they don't even know it. I think there's a lot of people out there that
people who are hyper empathetic,
they don't even know,
energy
they really
comes by and it just
sucks it out of them, or brings it this way. It makes them positive, and they're like, whoa, why am I so positive? Oh, why am I so negative? And it's just an up and down thing.
Yeah, it's the energy around it.
And I think a lot of people don't understand to check that out.
That would be funny. That would be funny if like you could take that and apply it to bipolar.
That's what I was just thinking. That I just didn't want to say bipolar because a lot of people, bipolar say it's a disease, this, that, and the other. I think imps are
just like anything else, disease is a word that we use to describe something.
Yeah.
And whether a disease is chemically imbalanced or something within the body, outside the body, there's still an energy level because our bodies are made up of electrons and atoms and water.
Because I've watched, when you think about work, we watch a ton of people walk into work and having a great day, fantastic
and it changes the energy of everyone around.
Yeah, but or that's going on, and they walk in and one person saw one situation, one person, their whole day is messed. Now that person takes all that energy that was just positive when they walked in the door, having a great day, and they're like, no, I had a shitty day. I had a horrible day at work, and then it affects everybody else.
Negative energy is almost stronger than positive energy in today's society.
It really is.
And it sucks that, we even have to have a conversation saying like, okay, beware
of the energy
of the energy around you and your energy.
A lot more about energy.
Beware of where that energy is going so that you can keep yourself balanced.
Learn how to shift it, do whatever you have to do to counteract negative energy, for sure.
Definitely.
And situations.
Yeah.
And whether it be a situation or a person, I guess. Like whether it be a situation or a person, you gotta figure out why it's negative and if it's negative at all, or if it's just you.
Or if it's just you. It might just be you.
It might just be you.
Hey, for watching Why I Ask Why, the place where asking why is not only a necessity,
It's encouraged.
Once again, we're your hosts. I'm Lionel Ray.
The busy one, Alex Navratil.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying the conversation. If you have any comments, any questions, anything you'd like to talk to us about or like us to talk about, make sure you comment in the comment section below. Leave a like. Smash that subscribe button.
Absolutely.
We're always here.
Subscribe.
Just hit the button.
Or just watch.
And as Alex always says, remember,
spread a little love out there.
spread a little love.
You guys have a good one.